Hi Aquarius, this is your horoscope for June 2016 with me, Lada from Astrolada.com, and this is for everyone who have their ascendant, sun or moon in Aquarius, particularly the ascendant sign and the sun as well. But make sure you check your ascendant sign always, it's very important. It's more personal than the sun and moon signs, and you can find it out at my birth chart calculator at the planetary detail table, for which I'm putting a link here. So what happens for you, Aquarius, this month? The key word is creativity. The key word is fun, because your fifth house is getting strongly triggered, and the fifth house is very inspired house. It's very fun, childlike house. So a lot of Aquarius might find themselves being more playful than usual, feeling more energized, feeling more confident than usual, feeling more inspired towards creating something new, and especially using their creative intelligence. And you don't have to be a painter or a musician or a writer. If you are, it can be a very productive month for you actually. But you can even be you can even be a housewife, or you can be someone who works 9 to 5 job as an accountant, but you can find yourself being much more creative with your time, maybe paying more attention to your hobbies, maybe paying more attention to the things that give you fun. And the key word for this month is have fun, play around, be more joyful. Or you can find maybe you can contribute somehow to your career by coming up with a great idea, by making a good impression with a brilliant new idea that you have. And for instance, I'm Aquarius ascendant, and I'm planning to have in June quite a few new projects which will require my creativity, which will require a lot of my inventive mind. And you kind of shine brighter now this month. If you go to a party, you might be more noticed. If you go to a place where, you want to make an impression, you might create a more positive impression. And fifth house rules children. So some of you might be more involved with dealing with children, more active with their children. And Mercury goes retrograde in your fifth house as well, which means that there is more focus again on your creative intelligence, and particularly it's very positive influence for people who write, for people who are somehow involved in administrative or business activities which demand from them to be a bit more inventive and a bit more creative, or just the environment right now will demand from you to be more inventive and creative with your processes, how you approach your work or how you approach your daily life. And at the same time, Venus is the planet of fulfillment. It's in your fourth house. Where is your fulfillment coming from this month, Aquarius? It's coming from home and family. Some of you might go visit their family. Some of you might have some beautiful conversations with the people they live, and they can bond somehow deeper with the people you live. Usually it's your family, or it might be even your flatmates. You might create more harmonious environment at home between you and your family members, or your parents or close family people can be a source of more joy and pleasure. And if you're feeling stress from your daily environment and work or whatever, retreating to your home will be the best line of getting more sense of peace and joyfulness. And a lot of you might be even redecorating or doing something to do with their home that is beautifying it, that makes the environment around your home more positive. Or there might be positive developments in regards to some property matters. For example, I'm relocating and I'll be decorating my flat in June, most of June. So fantastic, this really is coming true for me. Mars is in your ninth house. Ninth house is travel. Some of you might be traveling somewhere, but you have to be a bit more careful, because it's more possibilities of accidents when Mars travels the ninth house. But it is actually not. It's not such a intense influence, and some of you might be just more active in regards to travel. Or some of you, if you have some higher education, ninth house rules higher education and studies, you might be very busy. It might be more demanding from you, a bit more stressful, but you might be able to get a lot more work done. Mercury also goes retrograde not only in your fifth house, but in part of your sixth house. And sixth house rules your health and your daily routines. So by the end of this retrogradation process, quite a few Aquarius might have acquired better health habits, better eating, maybe a better exercise regime. Some of you might have acquired a better posture, even anything which helps your health, or if some health problems arise, because when a planet goes retrograde, particularly in Mercury, in the sixth house rules illness, and if you have some pain or something that makes you feel uncomfortable, you have a chance now to resolve it by changing your lifestyle and your daily routines, and by improving how you take care of your body, and by making a plan, because Mercury is a planet that manages and that makes plans on how to have better health and better routines. And sixth house also rules your efficiency at work. Or your daily life. Even if you're not working, you might find yourself that you're overswamped with too many things to do, and you're giving priorities to the things that are not most important, and then you have very little time left for the things that are important. And now when Mercury goes retrograde in your sixth house in part of June, you'll have the chance to restructure and to better arrange your daily activities or work activities, so you become much more efficient. So by the end of this process, even if it was triggered by you feeling a bit overwhelmed and stressed, by the end of this process you would have acquired better routines, health or work that make you more efficient, more healthy as well. And the last thing, I want to give you some specific days. Those of you, and around the 13th of June, around a few 2-3 days before or after, some Aquarius might have some tension in regarding personal life demands and career demands, because two planets are opposing each other from your career and from your personal life. So maybe you might feel a bit stretched and pulled in both directions, or maybe some complication in your career might be reflecting in your personal life, or something in your personal life might, can create some tension with your career. But it's a very fast-passing influence. Don't confront yourself with authority figures, and everything will pass okay. And the best way of life is diplomacy. If you're diplomatic, everything will be great. And those of you who are born from around the 4th till the 8th of February, or those of you who have their ascendant or moon from around 16 till 19 degrees, plus minus a degree or two, maybe 15th, maybe even 14th, maybe till the 20th degree of Aquarius, or from 4th, born from the 4th till the 8th of February, maybe a day or two before and after, February, you having Saturn transit. And Saturn is more demanding influence, requires more hard work. You might feel overwhelmed with responsibilities. You might feel a little bit down and depressed as well. Vitality can be decreased, and you can create problems with self-worth, can create problems with career, can create some confrontations as well, can create some blockages and testing. And the best line of approach is stay sober, stay hardworking, stay very honest. Don't try to trick, don't try to avoid the matter, be very mature, don't throw tantrums, just deal with the problem face value, or just wait it out. But usually when Saturn is around, it's required that we apply ourselves to the best of our ability and work harder. But if you're feeling down, know that this shall pass, and you emerge out of this process with more clarity and with more responsibility and more maturity. Thank you very much, Aquarius. And I will see you next month. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.